Royal Lodge, once a symbol of royal grandeur, now echoes with tales of internal strife. Former employees are stepping forward, sharing stark accounts of life under the Duke and Duchess of York's roof, painting a picture far removed from the fairy tale image. The Duke of York's public disgrace is more than just a personal scandal. Strategically, it's a textbook example of the perils of TeaOnCapitol. Unchecked privilege, revealing how unchecked power can erode both personal character and institutional reputation. His reported erratic behavior and quick temper cultivated an environment of apprehension and fear among the staff. Sources close to the household disclosed that Andrew's controlling tendencies extended to unusual, almost ritualistic practices. A prime example is his collection of 72 teddy bears, each dressed in a miniature sailor suits, which required daily meticulous arrangement. A laminated chart, and meticulously detailed their precise placement, illustrating a deep-seated need for control extending into every facet of his environment. This obsession from a market trend perspective highlights the risks when personal eccentricities clash with public expectations of a royal figure. Staff training reportedly involved rigorous instruction in the art of teddy bear arrangement. Even minor deviations from the prescribed layout could trigger angry outbursts from the Duke, creating a palpable sense of unease. This extreme rigidity, analyzed from a psychological perspective, suggests deeper insecurities, masked by a veneer of royal authority. Sarah Ferguson's role in this drama is complex and multifaceted. Initially perceived as approachable and down-to-earth, her demeanor reportedly shifted under the intense glare of public scrutiny. While some staff members found her charming and engaging, others experienced her as unpredictable, leading to occasional clashes. This volatility, viewed through the lens of celebrity culture, reflects the immense pressures she faced navigating royal life and public opinion. However, Sarah often played the role of peacemaker, acting as a buffer to Andrew's volatile temper. She was often the only person capable of calming him down, highlighting the unconventional and enduring bond that defined their post-divorce relationship. This dynamic from a sociological perspective challenges conventional notions of family and partnership within the royal context. Andrew's problematic behavior was not a secret within the confines of Buckingham Palace. Senior aides were reportedly aware of his temperamental nature, leading many staff members to actively avoid working directly for him. This widespread awareness suggests a systemic failure within the royal household to address and manage his behavior effectively, potentially impacting the monarchy's long-term stability. The king's decisive action to have Andrew vacate Royal Lodge is a strategic move aimed at modernizing the monarchy and distancing it from past controversies. Removing Andrew from the residence symbolizes a clear break from tradition and a commitment to a more streamlined and accountable royal family. The complexities of the lease terms, particularly those related to property maintenance, made the eviction process a legally challenging endeavor. Andrew's relocation to Sandringham represents a significant shift in his status and influence. Moving to a smaller, less prominent residence signifies a demotion within the royal hierarchy, a loss of prestige, and a diminished role in public life. This move, from a power dynamics perspective, signals a recalibration of influence within the royal family. Sarah's situation is equally precarious and uncertain. Having sold her own home, with the expectation of remaining at Royal Lodge, she now faces an uncertain future, potentially without the security of royal privilege. Her financial stability is now in question, highlighting the vulnerability of individuals whose lives are intertwined with the institution of the monarchy. These revelations collectively expose the darker underbelly of royal life, revealing the stark contrast between public perception and private reality. The grandeur and ceremony often associated with the monarchy masked a household defined by control, ego, and a perceived lack of basic kindness and respect towards staff. This disconnect, from an ethical standpoint, raises questions about the values and principles that should guide those in positions of power. These accounts underscore the intricate and often unbalanced power dynamics within the royal family. Andrew's behavior serves as a cautionary tale, illustrating how unchecked privilege can corrupt individuals and erode institutional integrity. Sarah's experiences highlight the intense pressures and constraints inherent in royal life, particularly for those who marry into the family. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, the daughters of Andrew and Sarah, have reportedly chosen to distance themselves from the unfolding drama. Seeking refuge abroad with their families, they have sought to shield themselves and their children from the immediate fallout of their parents' actions. This retreat, analyzed from a family systems perspective, reflects the profound impact of scandal on familial relationships. Eugenie is reportedly spending a considerable amount of time in Portugal, while Beatrice is dividing her time between Saudi Arabia and Europe. Our strategic relocation suggests a desire to protect their children from the pervasive media attention and social stigma associated with the scandal. The House of York is undergoing a significant fracturing, with each family member retreating in a different direction. This dispersal signifies a major shift in the royal landscape, potentially reshaping the future of the monarchy and its relationship with the public. Andrew's downfall carries broader implications for the monarchy as a whole. It raises fundamental questions about accountability within the institution, forcing a necessary reckoning with past behaviors and a re-evaluation of ethical standards. Sarah's next steps will be crucial in defining her future trajectory. Will she successfully reinvent herself outside the constraints of the palace system, forging a new identity and career path? Or will she recede from public view, fading into the background? Her future remains shrouded in uncertainty, dependent on her ability to adapt and navigate the challenges ahead. The departure from Royal Lodge is more than a simple change of address. Strategically, it represents a decline in power and influence for the Duke of York, marking the end of a specific era in royal history. Attention now turns to the future trajectory of the monarchy. How will the royal family navigate these significant changes, addressing the persistent issues of privilege and accountability? The monarchy's ability to adapt and evolve will be crucial in maintaining public trust and ensuring its long-term survival. The York's downfall offers a grim lesson: unchecked authority risks ethical breaches impacting the Windsor's future and potentially reshaping the monarchy. To safeguard public faith amid fairness debates, the monarchy's future hinges on ethical reforms and transparency. Royal Lodge, once a majestic symbol of royal life, now echoes with whispers of discord. Former staff members are now speaking out, sharing their experiences of working for the Duke and Duchess of York, presenting a starkly different reality from the polished image projected to the public. The Duke of York's fall from grace transcends mere personal failing. Strategically, it serves as a potent illustration of the dangers inherent in unchecked privilege, highlighting the corrosive effects of unbridled power on both personal integrity and the reputation of an institution. His reported unpredictable behavior and volatile temper fostered an environment of fear and anxiety among those employed in his household. Insiders reveal that Andrew's need for control manifested in peculiar, almost ritualistic behaviors. A notable example is his collection of 72 teddy bears, each meticulously dressed in miniature sailor outfits, demanding daily, precise arrangement. A laminated chart, meticulously outlined the exact positioning of each bear, revealing a profound need for control, extending to every aspect of his surroundings. This fixation from a market trend analysis underscores the potential pitfalls when personal eccentricities collide with the public's expectations of a royal figure. Staff training reportedly included intensive instruction on the art of teddy bear alignment. Even slight deviations from the prescribed arrangement could provoke angry outbursts on the Duke, generating a palpable atmosphere of tension. This extreme rigidity, viewed from a psychological perspective, hints at underlying insecurities masked by royal authority. Sarah Ferguson's role in this unfolding drama is complex and multifaceted. Initially seen as approachable and relatable, her demeanor reportedly underwent a transformation under the intense scrutiny of public life. While some staff found her charming and engaging, others experienced her as unpredictable, resulting in occasional friction. This inconsistency, analyzed through the lens of celebrity culture, reflects the immense pressure she faced navigating royal life and public perception. However, Sarah often acted as a mediator, mitigating Andrew's explosive temper. She frequently proved to be the only individual capable of calming him, underscoring the unique and enduring bond that characterized their post-divorce relationship. This dynamic, from a sociological standpoint, challenges conventional understandings of family and partnership within the royal framework. Andrew's problematic behavior was widely known within Buckingham Palace. Senior aides were reportedly aware of his volatile temperament, leading many staff members to actively avoid direct assignment to his household. This widespread awareness suggests a systemic failure within the royal institution to effectively address and manage his behavior, potentially impacting the monarchy's long-term stability. The king's firm decision to require Andrew to vacate Royal Lodge is a calculated move aimed at modernizing the monarchy and distancing it from past scandals. Removing Andrew from the residence symbolizes a definitive break from tradition and a commitment to a more accountable and streamlined royal family. The complexity surrounding the lease terms, particularly those pertaining to property maintenance, made the eviction process a legally challenging undertaking. Andrew's relocation to Sandringham signifies a significant shift in his status and influence. Moving to a smaller, less prestigious residence represents a demotion within the royal hierarchy, a loss of status, and a diminished role in public life. This move, analyzed from a power dynamics perspective, signals a realignment of influence within the royal family. Sarah's situation is equally precarious and uncertain. Having sold her own residence with the expectation of remaining at Royal Lodge, she now faces an uncertain future, potentially without security of royal privilege. Her financial stability is now in question, highlighting the vulnerability of individuals whose lives are inextricably linked to the institution of the monarchy. These revelations collectively expose the less glamorous aspects of royal life, revealing the stark contrast between public perception and private reality. The pomp and ceremony often associated with the monarchy concealed a household char, characterized by control, ego, and a perceived lack of basic consideration and respect towards staff. This disconnect, from an ethical perspective, raises questions about the values and principles that should guide those in positions of power. These accounts emphasize the intricate and often unbalanced power dynamics within the royal family. Andrew's behavior serves as a cautionary tale, illustrating how unchecked privilege can corrupt individuals and undermine institutional integrity. Sarah's experiences highlight the immense pressures and constraints inherent in royal life, particularly for those who marry into the family. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, Andrew and Sarah's daughters, have reportedly chosen to distance themselves from the escalating drama. Seeking refuge abroad with their families, they have sought to shield themselves and their children from the immediate repercussions of their parents' actions. This retreat, analyzed from a family systems perspective, reflects the profound impact of scandal on familial relationships. Eugenie is reportedly spending a significant amount of time in Portugal, while Beatrice is dividing her time between Saudi Arabia and Europe. Their strategic relocation suggests a desire to protect their children from the pervasive media attention and social stigma associated with the scandal. The House of York is experiencing a significant fracturing, with each family member retreating in a different direction. This dispersal signifies a major shift in the royal landscape, potentially reshaping the future of the monarchy and its relationship with the public. Andrew's downfall carries broader implications for the monarchy as a whole. It raises fundamental questions about accountability within the institution, forcing a necessary reckoning with past behaviors and a re-evaluation of ethical standards. Sarah's next steps will be crucial in defining her future trajectory. Will she successfully reinvent herself outside the constraints of the palace system, forging a new identity and career path? Or will she recede from public view, fading into the background? Her future remains shrouded in uncertainty, dependent on her ability to adapt and navigate the challenges ahead. The departure from Royal Lodge is more than a simple change of address. Strategically, it represents a decline in power and influence for the Duke of York, marking the end of a specific era in royal history. Attention now turns to the future trajectory of the monarchy. How will the royal family navigate these significant changes, addressing the persistent issues of privilege and accountability? The monarchy's ability to adapt and evolve will be crucial in maintaining public trust and ensuring its long-term survival. The York's downfall offers a grim lesson on power's perils and ethical leadership's vital role. Windsor's future remains uncertain, possibly redefining the monarchy for decades. The monarchy's future hinges on rectifying past errors, as the York family's troubles highlight fairness debates and the urgent need for ethical behavior to safeguard public faith. The unfolding events at Royal Lodge serve as a compelling case study in crisis management and reputation repair. The royal family's response to the allegations and subsequent fallout will be closely scrutinized by the public and the media alike. A proactive and transparent approach will be essential in mitigating the damage and rebuilding trust. From a public relations perspective, the situation demands a carefully crafted narrative that acknowledges past failings while emphasizing a commitment to reform. The monarchy must demonstrate a willingness to learn from its mistakes and adapt to the changing expectations of society. The king's role in navigating this crisis is paramount. His leadership will be crucial in steering the monarchy through these turbulent times and ensuring its long-term stability, he must strike a delicate balance between upholding tradition and embracing modernization. The financial implications of Andrew's departure from Royal Lodge are also significant. The cost of maintaining the property, as well as any potency legal settlements, could place a strain on the royal finances. Transparency in these matters will be essential in maintaining public confidence. Fueled by the Duke of York scandal, the monarchy's 21st century purpose faces renewed scrutiny, sparking intense debate. The institution is outdated and out of touch with modern values, while supporters maintain that it provides a vital sense of national identity and continuity. The monarchy's ability to adapt to the changing social and political landscape will be crucial in ensuring it survive. This requires a willingness to embrace reform, promote diversity, and engage with the public in a meaningful way. The experiences of the staff at Royal Lodge highlight the importance of fair labor practices and respect in the workplace. The allegations of mistreatment and intimidation underscore the need for stronger protections for employees in all sectors, including the royal household. The situation also raises questions about the vetting process for royal staff. A more thorough screening process could help to prevent future incidents of abuse and ensure that employees are treated with dignity and respect. The media's coverage of the Royal Lodge scandal has been intense and unrelenting. This reflects the public's fascination with the royal family and its willingness to hold them accountable for their actions. The monarchy must learn to navigate the challenges of the 24-hour news cycle and the scrutiny of social media. This requires a proactive and transparent approach to communication, as well as a willingness to engage with the public in a meaningful way. The long-term impact of the Royal Lodge scandal on the monarchy remains to be seen. However, it is clear that the institution is at a critical juncture. Its ability to adapt and evolve will be crucial in maintaining public trust and ensuring its long-term survival. The saga of the Duke and Duchess of York serves as a reminder that even those in positions of great power and privilege are not immune to the consequences of their actions. Ethical leadership, accountability, and a commitment to public service are essential for maintaining the legitimacy of any institution, including the monarchy. The future of the House of York is uncertain. The actions of its members will continue to be scrutinized by the public and public. The media. Their ability to learn from their mistakes and rebuild their reputations will determine their place in history. The events at Royal Lodge have sparked a broader conversation about the values and principles that should guide those in positions of power. This conversation is essential for ensuring that institutions including the monarchy are held accountable for their actions and that they serve the public good. The monarchy's response to the Royal Lodge scandal will be a defining moment in its history. Its ability to adapt and evolve will determine its future relevance and legitimacy. The unraveling of the Duke and Duchess of York serves as a cautionary tale for all those who wield power and influence. It underscores the importance of ethical leadership, accountability, and a commitment to serving the public good. The long-term ramifications of the Royal Lodge scandal will be felt for generations to come. The monarchy must learn from its analogy mistakes and adapt to the changing expectations of society if it is, to maintain public trust and ensure its long-term survival. The situation at Royal Lodge highlights the complexities of royal life and the challenges of balancing tradition with modernity. The monarchy must navigate these challenges carefully, if it is to remain relevant in the 21st century. The scandal surrounding the Duke of York has raised fundamental questions about the role and purpose of the monarchy. Now, these questions must be addressed openly and honestly, if the institution is to maintain its legitimacy and public support. The future of the monarchy depends on its ability to adapt to the changing needs and expectations of society. This requires a willingness to embrace reform, promote diversity, and engage with the public in a meaningful way. The need for transparency and ethical conduct within the royal family has never been more apparent.